Qabel ngħaddi għal mexxej tal-Partit Laburista għandna kelliem ieħor u dan huwa membru parlamentari Ewropew fejn jirrappreżenta il-Partit Laburista Ingliż. U għalhekk nistieden biex jagħmel l-intervent tiegħu il-Mr. Peter Skinner. Good morning, Mr. Peter Skinner.
Thank you. Thank you to you. Thank you for allowing me to come to speak to you this morning. Thank you to Dr. Joseph Muscat and the Labour Party here in Malta. I bring fraternal greetings from the British Labour Party. Thank you very much to what you're doing here today and what we're going to do in the future. It's by our common endeavours that, in fact, we will achieve more than we will achieve ever alone. That's one of the phrases we use in our constitution of the Labour Party in the UK. And that's what we share, and that's the ambition, and that's the conscience we have as a party when we stand for elections. I've been an MEP since 1994, since before Tony Blair was elected in the UK. And you know, I remember when they spoke then, they said, Labour's not ready for power. Tony Blair, he looks a bit young, really. That's what they used to say. And those that were saying that, of course, were those that had a vested interest in staying in power, those that were afraid of change. The kind of change which a youth guarantee would bring into Malta, the kind of change which would lead to prosperity returning to parts of Europe which are seeing nothing but austerity. There is a wind of change in Europe. Parties from the left and the centre-left are coming into power. I expect Malta to be amongst those, and I expect the people here to welcome that. There is one thing that people understand. That's unemployment. That's the threat of losing jobs. That's the threat of losing hope. And when you see young people losing hope, when you see them incapable of looking for jobs because there are no jobs, for seeking for training and education, but there is no training and education, then they lose hope. Then they find only despair. That's why the Youth Guarantee Scheme, which you've been putting forward, Joseph, is an excellent idea and one which we would back and hope to see spread in other parts of Europe. I sit on the Economic Committee with Edward Cicluna as well in the European Parliament, an excellent colleague of mine, an MEP who's done an excellent job, along with other Labour MEPs. But I know you have a vote of censure coming up. It's not for me to say anything really about that. But in the UK, when you have a vote of censure in a Parliament, that's a pretty serious thing. And usually, the person who's had the vote go against them, well, usually they step down. And that happens quite quickly in my country. Governments, after all, are built on integrity and honesty. And that's what needs to return across Europe. That's what we need to see across the board. I know that when you face your elections, I know that you will be prepared. I've seen the earnest intentions in the eyes of the people you have here today. And Joseph, I wish you all the best in your endeavours. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Skinner.